Russo'sBrand.com, where the pros are the pros.
Well, we know that ESPN paid $1 billion gajillion for WWE.
I think it was 1.6 billion, Jeff.
Yeah, something crazy.
Whatever it is, I would have taken a tenth of a percentage of that.
They aired the first PLE on ESPN this past week, Wrestlepalooza. Well, on ESPN.com, they reviewed the show. And in the review, they break down all the matches. They gave Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky a B+. We go to the Usos versus The Vision. They gave it a C. They said this wasn't a bad match, but the Usos have certainly had better outings. They gave the mixed tag team match with CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch a C. They said this match's nearly 30-minute runtime was a bit too long. You go to the WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. They gave that a C. And they said this felt more like a main event of SmackDown than the headliner of a PLE. They gave John Cena versus Brock Lesnar a C-. The final grade that they gave Wrestlepalooza overall was a C. So ESPN, their own network that aired this show, the official grade they gave the first WWE pay-per-view that they aired was a C.
Well, Meltzer was pretty stiff. Good Lord. Now, let's be honest. If that PLE had happened in Hurricane Hall, it's immediately an A+. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. Hold on for a second. I got Triple H calling, and he's got some comments about that C rating. Hold on, Al. You mind if I pass him through real quick?
Go right ahead, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Triple H. What do you think about that C rating from ESPN of the show you put together?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right. Enough.
Easy trip.
Go ahead.
Easy trip.
Go ahead, Al.
I love it when people call him Trips. I'm like, oh.
I call him that all the time. I love Trips. I love Trips. That's my pet name for him. Yeah.
I'm just surprised somebody at ESPN didn't go, hey, I get that's your opinion, but look, this ain't going to make us look really that good if we have spent all this money and then we, as a company, put on our website a review of what we just spent all that money on. And we say, yeah, it's mediocre at best. You know, how is that going to make us as a company and our executives look wanting to go into business with WWE? And then one of our people that we're having to report on it, you know, there's a way to sell it without being dishonest. And you can go, you know, for the first PLE on ESPN was good, was solid. Clearly, we've got places to go, and we want to raise the bar as we do. Hang in there with us. It's going to get better and better and better. Why not put it that way as opposed to, yeah, this was.
Well, can I be devil's advocate, Al? Could
and I know what you could say, and I'm not going to disagree. I just, again, how is this a good reflection on the company who went? You know, they're worth over $1.5 billion. Maybe
I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah.
Could this be ESPN sending a message saying, bro, we're not the USA Network. No. We are ESPN. Yeah, we paid $1.6 billion. You guys better step up to the effing plate.
On that note, I forgot to read this line. This was a line that stuck out to me in the review. Yeah. For a card that promised to have epic moments, it fell a little short of expectations.
Yeah, and I want to add to that, Al. Going into this, Triple H was saying all over, surprises.
Yeah. And I'm going to compliment you, so take the date down.
Okay, go ahead, Al. Okay, thank you. Yes, go ahead, Al.
All right, mark the date. All right, you got it?
Hey, hold on a second.
Fuck you.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. Go ahead, Al. Go ahead, Al.
September 25th, 2025.
Yes.
I'm going to go, you're right. You were right. Remember when we had the conversation, you were, ranting about how, Triple H and WWE seem to only be booking for the surprises, for the pop.
King of Pop. They call him the King of Pops. Yes.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. But I mean, that's another term like base work that if you
He
don't have
came up with that.
if you don't have good base work, you can't get a solid pop. So
I think it's ESPN saying, guys, you ain't giving us shit, bro. We paid 1.6 bill.
Jeff, I'm trying to compliment him. What's he doing?
Yeah, you fuck you.
I sorry. Will you guys knock it off with that? I got it.
You brought this up, and it didn't. And you know, I did not realize how right you were until I was watching and reading on social media all of the different reviews. They were necessarily reviews, just fans, you know, a lot of people. And the one common comment on it was, there were no surprises. There were no surprises.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where were the surprises? That's all they cared about.
Yep.
If I'm not saying it's the truth, but because that's a good indication that was what they were being taught to expect, and were now planning on receiving, were surprises. Having momentary reactions, you know, oh my God, I didn't expect that. Oh, where did that guy come from? Where did that girl come from? Oh, who's that? They clearly are booking in that manner, because that was overwhelmingly the one remark I saw more than anything else, was that there was no surprises, and they were all disappointed by the fact that there were none. And the only reason they would ever be disappointed by that is that they've been educated that that's what they're looking for, and that's what they're receiving, is that's the one substantial thing they can take away from any event, is that surprise. Oh, wow, where did that come from? And that goes back to the entropic.
You're using a lot of big words today. I don't understand. What is entropic? Can you give me a normal freaking? You're not impressing it. Wait, hold on for a second.
Like,
fuck you.
You ain't impressing anybody. Give me a word.
Right, like a snake eating its own tail.
Thank you, Al. If you're Triple H, let me ask you some. Let me ask you something.
A good example of
Go ahead.
of that type of booking was when Bischoff was doing NWO,
yes,
and was totally banking on and educating the audience that each and every week people tuned in, not because of the substance of the storyline. They tuned in because, oh, who's showing up this week?
Right.
And that literally is what it became. And
Al, let me ask you a question.
Like, that's what's happening again. I'm complimenting you and going,
I know, but I want to ask you a question, because you're a booker. This is what you do for a living. You're a legendary booker, even though you've never been Booker of the Year. But one of these years, they're gonna crown you this. I got to ask you a question.
Wrestling dog, I will.
Al, let me set the stage for you. This is the first PLE. This is the first PLE on ESPN. Right. Now, there's a lot of things WWE fans are already paying for. Now they're asking them to pay another $30. You may have some people on the fence, Al. Well, I'm paying for this. I'm paying for that. I really don't know if I want to pay another $30.
Right. Yeah.
So now you've got Triple H going on social media promising surprises. So now, of course, if I'm one of these people on the fence, what's the first? Oh, The Rock's going to be there. Oh, the Triple H is saying there's surprises. The Rock. So now you've got my $30. Here's my question to you. Why in God's name would Triple H promote surprises when there are none? Why would he do that? That makes no sense to me, man. But then, Al, there was because this was a live show. So there was a little faux pas. They didn't realize that they had the control room where ESPN was in, and ESPN was watching this emotional moment of Stephanie and Taker, and Trips is crying, and all of a sudden this came through.
Fuck you.
And it was, whoa. All right, what's next, Jeff?